And speaking of gas and saving, of course, every dollar counts these days.
Yeah, a few bucks or cents off at the gas pump can make a pretty big difference. So Kim DeGiulio is showing us when you should go to the gas station, the time of day to cash in.
It's something we see all the time. A gas station will lower their price, then their competitor across the street will lower their price to match it. Then the two of them will go so low that eventually they'll both call it raising their prices back up. That's called gas cycling, and it's something you need to be aware of when filling up your tank. Following prices at the pump can sometimes be a little bit like watching a sporting match, as competitors will go back and forth trying to attract more customers.
What they try to do is, let's say, 3 weeks out of the month, they shoot for a lower price, and then they kind of shoot up and get a little bit higher price towards the end of the month to try to compensate for that margin.
Nick Naber owns this mobile station in Canton. He says while competition does play a part in his prices, he often looks to the bigger chains and follows suit.
We kind of follow the bigger chains. For example, Speedway, Circle K, or whatever, Sheets and whatnot.
Do they get so low sometimes that you're like, I can't keep up with that?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Another thing to think about is how close are you to a highway entrance? Because gas stations are likely a little bit more expensive the closer you are to a freeway. Nick says another way to predict what will happen with gas prices is to watch the market. Sometimes when the price of a barrel goes up, a gas station won't increase their prices until the next morning.
If you see the price of barrel go down or go up, you have time from 5 o'clock until, let's say, midnight to get gas. If it goes up, it gives you a little bit of wiggle room.
But expect to pay more in the summer no matter what. AAA spokesperson Adrian Woodland explains the reason why gas is almost always more expensive this time of year.
We switch over from a winter blend to a summer blend, and the summer blend is more expensive to produce. As well as we see an increase in demand for gasoline as folks start traveling for the summer.
Cash can also be your best friend. At this mobile gas station in Dearborn, it's $2.99 for cash. It's $3.19 if you pay with credit card. And sometimes the weekend can bring cheaper prices, but that's not always the case.
A lot of gas stations are not as busy on the weekends, so they try to bring the gas price down to try to bring more people in. For us, it's like we were actually busier on the weekends because of the alcohol and other things that we offer, so we
don't necessarily do that here.
No, we don't.
The good thing about gas stations that are across the street from each other is they are competing with each other, which means that their prices will likely be lower than a gas station that sits on its own. I'm Kim DeGiulio, Local 4.
Good info, Kim, but also keep in mind gas prices are usually the lowest on Mondays and Fridays. Also, apps like Gas Buddy and Waze can help you find the cheapest and closest gas stations. You can also check rewards or points to save on gas at stores like Kroger, Costco, or Sam's Club.